What's up, YouTube? I'm Mike Chichari. I own the Timeless Barbershop here in Poughkeepsie, New York. I'm here today with Easy Blade. Today we're going to show you how to do a low skin taper, keeping the waves on top. And make sure to find me at Timeless Barbershop 2015 on Instagram. Alright. First thing you always want to do, comb the hair. Kenny here has got some, nice waves, so we're going to try to keep as much of that as possible. We're going to take a good amount of it off, but comb through the hair, make sure everything's copacetic. Make sure if they got moles, anything like that. This is a great way to find it before you go in and chop them off with a clipper. Get my magic clip. I'm going to go at them number 3 guard. Start out with the grain. We want to keep as much of that as possible, that wave. So we're just going to go in, take some of that off. And always remember, you don't want to press too hard, too light. Nice and easy. Nice and easy through those waves. Now we're going to take my 1.5 clip. Same process. Start with it open. See what we get. Always start with it open, just in case. You never want to take too much in one shot. Always better safe than sorry. We now have this closed since I realized having it open wasn't taking that much. So now we're safe. I'm going to go back to my 3 just to go right in here. I'm going to go against the grain just to grab anything we may have missed. And make sure that's nice and seamless. I'm not cutting up into the wave. I want to leave all that wavy. Never digging. You always want to make sure that level, nice and level. Scars will catch people. You go in a little too hot, you might boom. You don't want to do that. Nice and flush, nice and easy. I'm going to go with my 1.5 and the ceramic blade, my Oster Octane, to eliminate all this here. I'm just going to basically get that nice and clean. Kind of going up into where we are. We're going to blend that in, but we're just getting rid of this bottom bulk here. You can see his hair kind of grows in like that nice wave pattern, so I'm going to cut right in the direction of that. Just follow that. So I'm just using the teeth here, going in nice and flat at the bottom, coming up, and then using my teeth to kind of blend right into where we were. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Right, now I'm going to take my 1.5 again. Leave it open. See where there's some dark here. Just go in corner of the blade. Kind of take that out. Again, I'm combing the hair. I'm cutting and then I'm combing. Cutting, combing. Just make sure that's nice and clean. If you're at a spot and you notice nothing's coming off, close your lever a little bit. And then also here, you can hear the hair being cut. You're in one spot and nothing's happening, you gotta make a change. Making it nice and smooth. Again, see that nice dark spot there? And then corner of the blade. Comb the hair. Cut. Comb. blow them off. I always want to make sure the customer's comfortable. All that excess hair right off. Magic clips again. We're gonna just go in here. We're gonna start our taper. So now I'm gonna start right around. I'm gonna keep it on the lower side, but I'm gonna go pretty much just to the top of his ear here. I'm just gonna skin that right out. Take this ear, these little hairs here. You know, some guys like to go in with the, right away with the trimmer. I like to come in like this. A little more forgiving that way. Sometimes the trimmer line could be a little tricky. Now we're going to open that all the way. I'm just going to come up just a bit, about a ½ inch. And again, I'm not digging. I'm making sure I'm not leaving such a harsh line that I can't get it out when I go back. Just making sure I'm grabbing it all, pulling away, see what you got. Now we're going to close this. Open it up about halfway, right around here. And we're just flicking that out. I'm using the corner of the blade. I'm just flicking. As you get up closer to that line, you're going to open your lever. Never digging into that. Now we're going to open it again all the way. And take a look. Pretty much blend it in. Now you can close this all the way. You can even any little dark spot you can kind of flick at with the corner of the blade. And now I'm going to take my one plastic. Open all the way, and now we're going to start same like before with the flow of his hair. I'm going to kind of come up, corner of the blade, and I'm just going to go up a little more. This is going to blend almost perfectly into the 1.5 we used. I'm just going to go right in like this. Comb that out. You know, if we got something extra up here, it don't matter. We'll get rid of that in a little bit. I'm just flicking it up. Get that. And we're going to close this. Same thing. We're still attacking that line, but we're going to still stay with that flow of his hair. You see the lines coming out little by little, but still got some work to do. Now I'm using the corner of my blade this way. Just go with the flow of his hair. I'm going to take my 1/16. Now you can make a decision where if you want to come in with this closed first, you got to be a little more careful, or you could start with it open. Safer route, use the corner of the blade. Just come right in there. Attack that line. This is just going to meld it all together. I'm going to close that. Same thing. So pretty much the same steps you would follow for doing a skin fade, just in a much tighter area. I'm going to take the guard off, open all the way. Any spots I may have missed, I'm just going to come into the corner of the blade. Just take out right at that line. Close it a little. We're just flicking at dark spots. And I'm just gonna, we already did this, but I'm just gonna go over it one more time just to make sure if there's any dark spots that I may have missed, that's gonna really blend this all together nicely. And I'm still following that shape of his hair. Still following that grain, that flow. Beautiful. On this side, I'm just going to repeat those same steps. You know, be mindful of that the hair is growing. Come in, close. Same thing. We go right about the top of his ear. Open. Again, we're going to follow that grain. Same thing, just attacking that line. 1/16, half guard. Cleaning up any dark spots with my half all the way open. Section at a time, little by little. Now we're going to move on to the back, more or less the same procedure. You know, be mindful of where is, you know, the occipital bone. You know, Kenny's got a nice flat head here, so we're going to try to leave this enough to give us some contrast, but we're not going to try to go too high. So you go too high with the skin, sometimes you run into trouble and it looks a little crazy back there. So we're going to do the same thing, close, kind of come up, using like the bottom of his ears here to guide me. All this out. When you're confident, get that muscle memory going, and it makes the customer feel safe in your chair. This is open, it's coming up with that flick motion. Straight like this, it's going to totally change the appearance. You want to make sure you're doing it both ways, make sure everything's gelling nicely. I open this just a slight bit, going up just a little more. Let's get our one plastic on, start with it open. This you can go a little higher now, this you can go about an inch up. This, like I said, is almost going to blend to the 1.5 metal guard we used. I'll take my half guard, open all the way, sit them up, head down a little. Perfect. That's the other thing. If the customer is kind of slouching, he starts moving, and you're uncomfortable, correct him. You know, everybody will benefit. So we're just going the same process. Coming in and I'm tacking and then I'm flicking away. Tacking, flicking away. Guard off and open this all the way. And when doing this, be very careful. Because if you go too deep, too hard, you know, you're going to leave a little spot. And you're going to have to work with, you know, sit there working that out. You can even go up a little higher with that. You know, where these little dark spots are, just be very light touch. See, when you step back, just making all that gel together beautifully. We're just going to line them up here. Same thing, we're going to make this nice and clean. Kenny doesn't really go for like the whole sharp edge up, so we're just going to kind of clean up his line where it is, but not make him super sharp. Rule of thumb for this is to come in, visualize where you want the line, and you're just going to come in here, drop it, pull away. Drop, pull away. Sometimes when you come in this way, you go too deep, you take way too much, you push his hairline back, nobody's happy. Using the corner of the blade, same thing, just following the natural curvature of his hairline. That's it. Now we're going to come with this. He's got his little, his little teenage scruff growing in here. We're going to take that, just take that out, and bring it right into our bald fade here. Go too deep, follow the natural curvature. You can see he's got a little light spot here, but this is all, for the most part, pretty natural shape here. So we're just going to come in here and just tap that line. Now I'm just tapping very lightly. These trimmers are sharp, you don't want to be jamming them into the customer's head. Just tap, drag away. Just like that. Now where he's light right here, we're just gonna, you almost want to push that back, it's kind of fooling your eye, but if you just go nice and gentle. Come right up into here. And we're just scrubbing away any little flyaway hairs that might be growing in there. And you want to find that first before you just start going in hot with the clipper. I'm going to get my eye on it, tap, boom, tap, pull, tap, pull. See? Now you just made it pop. Same thing. Come right in here. Just trace that natural curvature. Very corner of the blade only. Just kind of touch and drag, touch and drag. It almost has the same kind of thing going on here, so we're going to come in. Another way you could do this is to start up here, create your initial shape that you're looking for. Get your natural curvature, the shape. Now you can take a step back and alright, I got that, so now I got to connect with it right here. Never just go in and do it all in one shot. You always want to make sure you're on the mark. I'll come with this part of the blade here. And just tap. There you go. We'll come in like this too, get rid of any of this hair. You always want to leave this little baby hairs down here for the trimmer. This is what really brings it all together. Shave gel here. We're just going to clean up the edges, just make them a little sharper. When using the razor, it's going to be the same kind of concept. Make sure the customer's in a position that suits you and that they're still comfortable. You just kind of glide along the hairline. Pull the skin. Always pull the skin. Or even into the razor. You can pull the hair, pull the skin this way, and go with this. Whichever way makes you comfortable. You can come in this way, back of the blade, and just tap. This is what I meant before. You're kind of pulling it, and then with your stroke. Move the ear out of the way. Come in here. Come down. I'm stretching from up here.